warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Elvina Rosa Dilla. I am from TBI2 6th semester. I shall only take 10 minutes of your time. My speech is explain about men think using logic and women think using feelings. If you have any question, please feel free to interrupt. Let me start my speech by giving you a question. Who is not familiar with the statement that men think using logic and women think using feelings? The stigma of judgment is already very inherent among people, which is sometimes spoken by people around us. Let me now turn to what is the characteristic of men and women. We can know the character of a woman that we can easily know is gentle, humble, has a motherly nature, can be a good listener, can see things from various perspectives, understand other people's feelings, mature, and wise. But not all women show every character to people. This is because women don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. As for most of the characters from men, they have several characters that can be said to be more both of the traits possessed by women. Men also describe themselves as rational beings, independent, aggressive, dominant, objective, active, and many more. The fact is that character of men who show difference with women is different from men. Namely, men are easier and faster in making decisions. Then women are considered to have less than perfect personality. Not only that, it turns out there are other forms of view of women. One of which is said that women couldn't take decisions, easily influenced, and unprincipled. Let me speak about this more detailedly. Many theories say that men think using logic and women think using feelings. Men and women really think in different ways. This is because there are differences in brain anatomy between men and women. Psychologists distinguish men and women, their brains. The human's brain consists of two parts, namely the right side and the left side. Each side is responsible for different functions. The brain consists of two main types of tissue, namely gray matter and white matter. Research shows that men think more by utilizing gray matter. The man's brain has a larger volume of gray matter, which causes a lack of empathy, disregard for other people's feelings, a lack of remorse of guilty, and insensitivity. Gray matter is the main component of the central nervous system, which consists of the body's nervous cells. Men use the left side of the brain more so that they use logic and rational thinking more. Men also tend to have better eye-hand coordination. This is formed when exercising, doing mechanical activities, or reading maps. According to Dr. Brizendine was quoted in Life Science as saying, empathy in men works only when someone is showing their feelings. The fact is that men have more emotional response than women. It's just that when men realize their feelings, men choose not to show it. Women use the right brain more often. This is the reason that women are better able to see from various points of view and draw conclusions. Women's brains are more able to relate memory and social circumstance. This is the reason women thinking more on feelings. Women can absorb information 5 times faster than men. Although the size of the man brain is larger than the female brain size. The fact is the hippocampus in women is larger than men. The hippocampus is the part of the brain that stores memories. One of the reasons women can process information process. However, not all women only thinking on feelings. On the other hand, not all men have the ability to think and act logically. This may need to change because both of us, the brain, when it comes to emotion, although they are more sensitive. The way humans think is influenced by how the brain works. In conclusion, I would like to express responding to the statement that men think using logic and women think using feeling. Baby boy and girls are very dependent on the background where and how a person is raised. What must also be understood is that humans develop according to the upbringing they receive. A woman who grew up in an environment that used to use logic instead of emotion, then it was likely that she would grow up with that way of thinking. Likewise, a man, if he grew up in an environment or culture that prioritized emotion and feelings, will prioritize feelings over logic. So, it can be concluded the habits of parenting parents can affect a person's personality. People with thinking character will be more likely to use logic in dealing with a problem. They also tend to influence by logic and feeling. They also tend to be impersonal and objective. Thinking people generally prefer to give criticism rather than praises to others. I think that's enough for my speech. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.